Okay, so this is the new Celtics owner of Boston in the National Basketball Association. Now, this guy's name is Bill Chisholm, which he goes by. If you want to get really technical, William Chisholm. If you want to get super duper technical, William F. Chisholm Jr., American businessman. He is the managing partner and chief investment officer for STG Partners LLC, a private equity firm. In 2025, Chisholm purchased the Boston Celtics. That's where we're at right now, of the National Basketball Association for $6.1 billion. And didn't we have a sale recently with the Lakers? We did, huh? I remember covering that story. It's the end of an era, right? On the world stage, Hollywood, Hulk Hogan, RIP, Ozzy Osbourne, RIP, the Bus family selling the Lakers, right? RIP. Now we get this new owner, Bill Chisholm. Okay, it's an Associated Press article. The Boston Celtics have a new owner. The drive to add more NBA championships won't change. And how many championships do the Celtics have? It's 8. Look,
Wikipedia. The Celtics are commonly regarded as the most successful team in NBA history. They hold a winning record against every team in the NBA except the San Antonio Spurs, hold the records for most NBA championships won, with 18, and most recorded wins of any NBA franchise.
this is a number that has been landing super heavy. I mentioned Hulk Hogan, his birthday, the 11th day of the 8th month. He died 18 days before his birthday. Malcolm Jamal Warner died his birthday the 18th day of the 8th month, like 18. And on and on and on. Even one of the Celtics championships here in 81, reverse that, you get that 18 right there. And, yesterday was the 18th as well as I speak right now. So it may be the 20th when you see this, but this article's from the 19th. That's what day we're on now. Yesterday was the 18th. So it's just another end of an era thing. I'll do it a little different. I'll play the video, but I want to show you this right here. And it's confusing when you look this guy's name up and some of his information. Set this over here. Because there's like a whole bunch of different guys that pop up with the similar name or variations of the name, right? And you see that 81 banner right there, okay? But that is what they have listed in the AP with his name right there. Look at all, that's a lot of 22s, okay? We know basketball equals 22. Boston equals 22. The National Basketball Association 202 like 22. The same with Bill Chisholm 202 like 22. You even get 122. And I know I mentioned that recently. That's that Caitlin Clark birthday again, the 22nd day of the year. Okay, 122. We just had the college basketball player, Dang Mayer, die at age 22. And if I remember correctly, you can scroll back, look at that video. There was a lot of 22s, if I remember correctly. You can find in that video. B, Boston, B is the second letter of the alphabet as well. Like 22, he goes by Bill as well. And even basketball, you get that B. Okay. So there's a little bit extra there, huh? Oh, there's the dang mayor. Man, I forgot I inserted this in right here. You could see he died right before his birthday. College basketball player, North Dakota and Omaha or Nebraska Omaha, however they give it to you. But look at there's some 22s. It was a 2-week, 2-day span from his death date to his upcoming birthday. Trending, dies right before his birthday. I dropped that story. Dead on the 228th day of the year. You see the double twos there. And then his birthday leaving 122, which we just went over. Now, this guy hits with Boston. In that breakdown of the death right here of Dang Mayer, he drowned in a Utah reservoir. I actually brought up Boston because I brought up when you think of basketball, you think of Boston. And then what happens right after that? You get this Boston story, okay? And there's Caitlin Clark. You can see with that 122 birthday. And I think there's a lot of connections between Caitlin Clark and Larry Bird as we get this Boston Celtics story. I mean, I just showed you those 122s that have been connecting right there. And they say Caitlin Clark is injured right now. I don't know. Usually when they climb the ranks, they disappear for a time and then, they'll say they're injured or something, right? Who knows what the characters are being put through. But I just showed you how her birthday is hitting. Remember, she's born in 2002, like Dang Mayer, right there. She's born in 2002. She wears 22 on her jersey, as well as born on the 22nd day of the year. But Caitlin Clark, CC, see the third letter? 33, right? Larry Bird, known for that number 33 with the Celtics, sees the third letter of the alphabet. And there's a lot of connections there that I have noticed throughout my time of decoding Caitlin Clark, and it's well documented. If you have been watching my videos, I've been doing this for around 4 years, very consistently now. But you probably don't even need to be a decoder or a follower of decoding to know that. And William F. Chisholm Jr., 200 in the ordinal cipher, and that breaks down to a 2 again because those are just zeros, 200. So that's like 2, and you could see this 2 theme right here. And remember, he goes by Bill, B the second letter, Bill, Boston, basketball. Think about the football team, right? The New England Patriots with the Boston connection, huh? Bill Belichick, BB, Tom Brady, Brady B. You see what I'm saying? The big characters connected there. Even if you head over to football, you see that, right? Okay, so you see that too again right there. And you again, American businessman, you see his actual name, William F. Chisholm Jr., purchases the Celtics 6.1 billion. I put a question mark here because look at how that's the same name, William F. Chisholm Jr. Now there's no birthday on this Wikipedia here. I added the picture right there after verifying. If you look down below, purchased the Boston Celtics in 2025. That's our current story. So that's legitimate. I added the picture and the little Celtics logo. Look at the name, William F. Chisholm Jr. And then look at what pops up here, but it's not him because obviously this guy isn't born in 1929, right? He doesn't look like he's pushing 100 anyways. Hey, you never know nowadays. But look at, we get the same name because I can't find a birthday on this guy's Wikipedia, okay? But look, you get the same name that pops up when I ask Google 1929, and it's the same name, right? But obviously it has to be a different character, right? But look at, it says that guy's born in 1929 right there. But look at the birthday. That was a couple of days ago, August 17. So isn't that interesting? Now we get the same name of this guy, right? But there's no way this guy is pushing 100. Even, no birthday. You would think he would have a birthday like, okay, you're going to buy the Boston Celtics. Okay, you're not going to have anything in the system entered throughout the years of your birthday. Like, yeah, right. That doesn't make sense. But that August 17 birthday being a couple days ago, that's how that's a good clue that this stuff is just with the language. Like, what are the chances of that? And whoever this guy is with that birthday, according to a 2017 obituary from Robinson Funeral Home, he was one of 9 children of whoever that is. But isn't that interesting? And then that day, that birthday of the guy with the same name, even the same initial, was a couple of days ago. But we're a few years away from 2029, and this does not look like a 90-some-year-old guy right here. Okay. And but look, so isn't this weird? Maybe it is a misprint, right? Maybe it is a misprint because isn't this weird right here? It says that this is his father right here. Okay, so that it is, I'm thinking that may be a misprint and that should have said senior because this, when I scroll down on this accurate Wikipedia right here with this new owner of the Celtics, I scrolled down and I put this screenshot in and it says Chisholm grew up in Georgetown, Massachusetts, right? His father, William F. Chisholm Sr., and you get that birthday in 1929. So I am led to believe that Google messed up there and that should say a senior because, look at how the birth year lines up. So with all of that being said, it appears that this guy's birthday, his dad's birthday, was a couple of days ago, but we get no birthday with the son. That's kind of what I'm coming to here as I was kind of looking into this. And they say his father played a role in establishing the Georgetown High School soccer program, and his mother, Judy Chisholm, worked as an administrative assistant at Brooks School. Chisholm and his siblings attended Brooks School, where he played basketball, lacrosse, and soccer. Okay, so that's interesting. Apparently, and I guess RIP to his father as well. And you know what? He died in 2017. That's a big number with the Celtics as well, right? As this last championship brought them from 17 to 18. When you go to the calculator over here, is it Celtics? Celtics has the 71 right there, which is 17 reversed. And what about John Havlicek right here? This is Boston Celtics legend. Look, he has that 17 on his jersey right there. And I'm pretty sure there's more 17s with the Celtics as well. But I'm trying to keep it moving here. So that's interesting. Apparently, his father's Birthday was a few days ago, and then he died at 17 with that Celtics connection right there. Okay, and I added this in here too. So again, I'm led to believe that's his father down there, known for his contributions to the Georgetown high school soccer program. Okay, and the reason why I'm careful on speaking is because I'm trying to put as accurate information out as I can, based on what I can dig up on the internet. So I'm thinking that this would be his father down here on the bottom, okay? Now, back to the son here. We know this is the new owner of the Celtics right here. William Chisholm. Look at his net worth is 3.2 billion and Boston equals 32. Okay? And that's in the language reverse reduction. Check how close this is right here. William Chisholm Jr., 194 with the alphabet forwards. New owner of the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics 195, which is just the next number if you're counting up. So look how that nearly hits perfect. And now he's trending as the new owner. I got this picture off of Instagram. Look at those comments off to the right. I made sure I included. Look at that right there. Looks like Brad's dad or something. This comment from George Madness. I don't know if it's a real person or if it's AI. That's interesting. And even on the bottom, it looks like I cut some of it off maybe. Look, it says looks like Brad Stevens. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, Brad Stevens was the coach of the Celtics. He's still involved in the organization as like some upper management guy, I believe." But look at how close he does look to Brad Stevens. That's Brad Stevens on the right. And Brad, you get B. Like Bill, guy on the left, new owner. B Boston, B basketball. Look at Brad Stevens on the right there. And again, this is the new owner on the left. And I wouldn't have thought to bring that up until I saw these comments on Instagram right there. So isn't it's just shady business, isn't it? And you see he was basketball executive of the year at some point. Maybe it was with that 18 championship. Possibly, you don't quote me on that last part. You can go look it up if you want, but I'm I'm assuming. I know he was the coach at some point, and I guess a member of upper management now. But you can see there he is right there, and again there he is on the right, looking a lot like the new owner. So shout out to these comments here on Instagram. I mean, is it a trendy thing now that the world is fake? A lot of us have been saying this for a long time. Right. And again, there's Bill. There, look at these guys, right? So something something's going on here, right? Something's going on. Let me go ahead and just pull up Brad Stevens. And again, here's John Havlicek. Let's just pull up Brad Stevens right here. He's 40. Look, he's born on the 22nd. Check that out. Look, he's born on the 22nd. So you can see there's some kind of weird pattern thing going on here, right? You see that? And look, 1022, 1022. Drop that zero and you get 122, okay? Drop the zero, you get 122. And again, Bill Chisholm, 122. Look at that. Dang Mayer dies again, and his birthday leaves 122 days in the year. Dies right before his birthday. Um, shout out to Richard West. Decodes. Shout out to you. Um, I heard what you said, and I like how you said it. You know, when you get certain suspicions with these characters and you look into the numbers and the number hits, bam, that's the proof that you need. Time to make a video, right? Shout out to you. That resonated with me. Sometimes I go on the fly and I like to just do it a little easier sometimes, and I'll just show some other stuff that connects. But shout out to you. That was a, uh, that was, that resonated a lot with me. So shout out to you. So look at that 2-2 connection again with Brad Stevens right there. Okay. And hopefully, these videos I make are always probably going to be around 20 to 30 minutes, and that's probably just how it is. But this is a lot of information. I do this for fun. Again, it would be amazing to be able to do this for a living, as it is something I really enjoy. But in a fake world, probably not, right? So let me try to move it forward a little bit more here. We may have just a video. Oh, we never watched the first video, huh? Well, here, I guess this is the guy he bought the Celtics from. I've covered this guy before because remember Bill Walton? Was it Bill Walton? I think who died. I It might have been right before that 18th championship.
Yeah, well, he's because as he says, he's green screen. So when you get
Okay, so that I don't know. They pronounce that guy's name Wick, maybe. God, he does look like Stevens. So let's just look at that Wick guy. He may have like a birthday that hits real big or something. Probably the only guy. Look, his birthday's one day before Donald Trump. Okay, so his birthday is one day before Donald Trump, and he's born in '61. Big number with Trump as well. Wycliffe K. Gruesbeck right there. It still says right here a lead owner. I don't know what the hell a lead owner is, but I'm guessing dude uh bought the team from him, right? Uh how do I ask Google? Bill Chisholm. Did Bill Chisholm buy the team from Wick? Oh gosh, from Wick. Let's see. Yes. Okay. His ownership group purchased the Celtics from a group led by that guy. Okay. Again, the sale finalized on Tuesday, right? And here, we'll play this other video here.
$6 is the reported price tag.
Okay, look, he bought the team for 6.1 billion. Okay, he bought the team for 6.1 billion right there, and you may have heard it. Okay, and he bought it from a guy who was born in '61. Come on, man. Oh, it's a script. Wow, he buys the team from dude born in 1961 for 6.1. Jeez, 6.1 billion. Dude on the left looks like somebody else on the world stage. Right? Look at these characters here. Okay, let's look at that list of Celtics championships again. Was there a 61 in there? List the years of Celtics championships. Let's see. Oh, there was. Oh, it's magic. It's magic. Look at that. Who won NBA championship in 61? The Boston Celtics. Former owner born in 61. Bill Chisholm buys the team for 6.1 billion. You like that right there? It's magic. And I'm not talking Johnson. Look, hold on. Who's that guy wearing 16? There's a guy popping wearing 16 right there in the middle. Who's that guy? Boston Celtics 1961 roster. Okay, we're going a little bit extra here, okay? We're going a little bit extra here. Let's see. Let's see. Who's number 16? Oh, Satch Sanders. Womp womp. Womp womp. I'm I'm sure it hits. I'm sure it hits. Okay, but I think I'm gonna have to leave it there. I think I'm gonna have to leave it there. Okay. There's always something that will be missed with these breakdowns. Okay. But I hope you enjoyed that. And wow, right? Wow. What do you think about that? Boston Celtics sale, I think, is finalized now. I think they updated it. I think we just saw that on Google. I think it's finalized. Bill Chisholm takes over as owner of NBA's most decorated franchise. Yeah, I guess they changed. I think they changed the title a couple of times and updated. Until next time, you cannot recreate this energy, y'all.